Welcome to Trundlebed Tales, the podcast about Laura Ingalls Wilder, historic foodways, one-room schools, and other social history. This is Sarah Utoff, the host and creator of Trundlebed Tales. Find us all around the web under Trundlebed Tales and on your favorite social media platform. If you listen or just have an account wherever you find your podcast, please leave positive feedback because it helps people find the show. And sadly, you probably have heard Blog Talk Radio is now off the air. So I have been working on trying to get moved over to Podbean. Hopefully, the distribution to all the regular podcast channels has been updated. If you try someplace and do not find the current episode, please let me know and I will do the best I can to get it corrected. Now, one great thing about Blog Talk Radio was that it allowed live call-ins, which kind of affected my show when episodes could come, that kind of thing. And there were a lot of live interviews. Going forward, I won't be able to do that. Everything will be pre-recorded, and we will see what happens. If you do have a comment, a question, or a suggestion, please either email me at info@trundlebedtales.com or reach out to me on a social media platform. And with that, we are ready to jump into the March 2025 Laura Ingalls Wilder Events Monthly Report. March is the start of this year's Laura Ingalls Wilder season. It's still pretty quiet. However, the Laura Ingalls Wilder Home and Museum in Mansfield, Missouri is the first of the Laura home sites that close for the season to reopen each year, which they do on March 1st. Walnut Grove and Smet are both at least partially open all year, but with the Mansfield's opening, it means that Laura Ingalls Wilder season has officially begun. Now, the birthdays and anniversaries is a fairly new addition to my monthly update, but I thought that people might enjoy knowing what was going on. So this month, 1821, Angela Day, or known Mother Wilder, was born in New York, March 6th, 1821. Now, coming up anniversaries this year, I also want to let you know that this is going to be the 50th anniversary of Wilder Days in September. Now, there are actually a couple of events going on this year. One, and actually they are both in Florida. One is the Dade Battlefield Historic State Park, Bushnell, Florida. They tried to have this last fall, and there was a hurricane that came through, and with the damage, they weren't able to have it, so they pushed it to this spring. So it's the Little House on the Florida Prairie, Saturday, March 1st, 2025, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Little House on the Florida Prairie brings the books alive in this version of Laura Ingalls Wilder's series. Participants will experience what life was like on the prairie, tailored to the Florida Prairie. The event will include narration from the books, hands-on demonstrations, and living history demonstration with hands-on participation. Now, you may not think Florida was connected very much with the prairie, but Laura did live in Florida with Almanzo and Rose for a short time in Westville, Florida, and also you could homestead in Florida. And Peter Ingalls, Laura's cousin, actually did that and proved up their claim. The other one is a production of Little House on the Prairie, the musical. Now, this is also in Florida, in Oviedo, Florida, and it was going to run from March 7th to March 9th, 2025. And it's going to be done by the Inspired Theater Company. And the full information about that is going to be on our Laura Ingalls Wilder Events Around the Country page, and it is also on the March 2025 update. So you can find it there if you are in or close to Florida. Other updates: the Herbert Hoover Presidential Library and Museum is closed for remodeling this year. The museum is completely shut down. They have gutted it. They have gutted the gift shop. The archive is still put together, and you can still visit the archive to do research, but you need to have a appointment made ahead of time, and you have to realize that there might be problems with the construction, as in there are days where they will suddenly cut power. But you can still go in there for research. They are not having a Laura Ingalls Wilder event this year, or at least not planning on them right now. And the other thing to know about, it's the National 250th anniversary of the country. Now, I'm starting to talk about it now because when I was a little kid, the bicentennial brought up all sorts of events and things for years before. And so far, people seem to just be ignoring it, which I think is not good. So I'm going to be including an update in each of these month reports to remind you maybe to try and do something, or at least ask them questions and see if something in your community can be done. And it's going to be July 4th, 2026. And it is, I hope this is how to say it, semi-quincentennial. Semi-quincentennial. I think that's it. Semi-quincentennial. I do not know that for sure, but I think that's it. I can tell you the bicentennial and the sesquicentennial, but this one's a new one on me. And I hope there will be more action to try and get celebrations going, because it is a very cool thing. And I hope people pay attention. I have actually been waiting for it with hopes that it would stir up some more interest in history, not seeing a lot. So I hope that that changes as we get closer to the date. And with that, I just want to remind you that you can find me all around the web on various platforms. I hope that you have enjoyed the update. If you hear of a Little House on the Prairie, the musical production, if you hear of an event, if you hear of anything like that, please reach out to me and let me know, because I try and have all the updates that I possibly can. And I always love to hear from you. So remember to brighten the corner where you are and stop in again on Trundlebed Tales.